Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tess. I am a licensed esthetician and acne specialist. I specialize in virtual acne care, and today I have a busy day of clients and an Instagram live with Jan Marini, so I need to get myself together and just do a little makeup. I thought it would be fun to show you my acne-safe makeup routine. I'd say this is a little bit more than my everyday makeup routine, a little bit more glam, just so I can look good for Jan and my new clients I have today. So yeah, let's get into it and do my acne safe makeup. Fair warning, you might hear some little paw prints outside. It's my baby pit bull just looking for his mama, but we're gonna be filming and just taking a little time out. I say this in a lot of my videos, but every good makeup routine really starts with the right prep. So first I have washed my hands, they're nice and clean, and I have already done my skincare routine, but to be honest, I really love just good hydration in the skin before makeup. I feel like it makes all the difference, and I feel like I could just use like a little bit more before we get into it. So I want to share my makeup little prep combo that I've been loving. I start out with the Glymed CBD mist, my ride or die. I've been loving this fun little concoction of complex and the skin protective serum from Glymed Plus. Complex is going to give you water and anti-inflammatories, which every skin type needs. And then the protective skin serum from Glymed has ceramides and lipids in it. So if you feel like you are prone to dryness, that's a really great product to add into your routine this fall, winter. For a healthy skin barrier, you really need the right balance of both water and ceramides and lipids. So that's why I really love this combo. I'd say this gives you more true hydration, just drenches the skin in water, really helps to calm it down, helps with any redness. And then this one is more for like true dryness, any flaking. If your skin feels tight or it just feels like it's been a little bit less forgiving with the seasonal change in terms of being able to tolerate your actives, or you're just prone to dryness, this is just a really nice ceramide rich product, and this combo is just so good. Look at that glow. Said this in my last video, but I am recovering from a little skin treatment. I did the Matrix Pro, and you'll probably notice after a skin treatment, whether it's a facial, a peel, microneedling, usually the skin is just a little bit dry post-treatment, so it's good to just load up on that, on those hydrating and lipid-rich types of products. And I am going to apply a little extra moisturizer. This is the Barrier Repair Cream from Glymed. They just renamed everything, so I'm still trying to get used to that. But this gives you the satisfaction of a nice, rich cream, but it's also safe for acne-prone skin types. I think sometimes people get confused because there is a lot of information out there about pore cloggers, and this is a really interesting topic within aesthetics right now. I think it's highly debated. For me personally, I am more on the side of it's really about formulation more than anything. I do believe there are some absolute cloggers like isopropyl myristate and coconut oil that I suggest avoiding, but there are some ingredients that kind of fall in the middle, like shea butter. And while I totally get the fear that can come with an ingredient causing acne, I really think when it comes to shea butter, there's such a difference in a quality shea butter and how it's extracted. I think that can actually be a really incredible emollient, and I think that's so different from, you know, something that's used in like a hair care product. I think it's really, it does depend on quality sometimes. And what I love about Glymed is they put all of their final formulas through testing for acneic skin. So it's being tested on real people versus just like looking at isolated ingredients, putting something through an ingredient checker, which even if the ingredient checkers were valid, the issue with formulation is that ingredients can all affect one another. So although a formula might be free of pore cloggers, you never know how those ingredients could impact one another. So I'm more of a believer that you need to test the final product and you need to test it on real acneic skin, because that's so different. We are real people, obviously, and I do think the rabbit ear testing, the comedogenic scale, it's been proven to be flawed, and I just think it's much more important to test real acneic skin. That is my spiel. I also did a little cold rolling this morning. I won't do it now just for the sake of time, but I think that is a big difference maker for acneic people. And it's something I recommend you do if you're able to just get some cold on the skin every single day. Okay, so the first key thing I wanted to mention is that I'm using these little disposable sponges. I do think for an acne-prone person, it's just worth it to use these and be extra careful with products you're applying to your skin, any tools and applicators, because sometimes you can invest in all the right skincare and makeup, but if you're applying it every single day with dirty brushes or keeping your brushes in a makeup bag, that can really build up a lot of bacteria, which is fuel to the acne flame. So I'm gonna start out doing a little bit of contour, and the way I've been liking to do this lately is just applying the product straight to my disposable sponge versus touching the stick to my skin. And I am using Merit, which I really like and recommend for acneic people. This is the shade Quince in their Bronze Balm. This is, I think, the lightest bronze they make, just because I am very fair and usually bronzers are too dark for me. Something else you can do is just apply the stick to your skin and wipe it down with rubbing alcohol. I've always had a feeling like it might compromise the product a little bit, but that is what we did when I worked in retail for like the makeup testers. We would sanitize them with rubbing alcohol. So you could always try just spraying the stick with a little rubbing alcohol. So for my contour, I like to go along the jawline, and I am not a makeup artist by any means. This is just my everyday routine that I think like looks decent enough and that works for acne prone skin. For my next step, I have applied the Oxygenetix concealer. This is a lab sample from the new concealer they just came out with, which is such an amazing dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. That one, by the way, I don't consider acne safe. I do see a lot of issues with it with clients, but Oxygenetix is honestly so underrated. It is safe for acne prone skin, and they even have some good clinical trials around their makeup stimulating collagen, which is, I think, just like the future and so cool. I think if makeup can perform like skincare, that's personally what I want to use. Like to do my concealer down here just to kind of like cut that cheekbone and brighten the face. And obviously do the under eyes. I have been sleeping like absolute trash, and my mom said the same, so I'm curious if anyone else is having a hard time this month. I think something I really reiterate to my acne clients, which is like something everyone should do, and I'm trying to be a lot better at this, but focusing on stress management, especially right before bed, because bedtime I think is just so key to promoting relaxation and making sure you get restful quality sleep. something that's like a naughty habit that, I mean, I have a few, that I will do is, for one, like scrolling on TikTok and social media. I'm constantly struggling with that because I'm obviously on social media. It's my business, and I think a lot of estheticians can relate to this, but we just feel like we're never doing enough, and we need to constantly be posting. And even just like, I like to scroll to kind of see what the trends are and that kind of thing, and I also just find it super entertaining, so I can get caught up in that. And I know it would be so great to leave my phone outside my bedroom, to read, to listen to calming music, maybe do some red light therapy. Like, I know that's what I'd recommend, but I've just been in a bad habit with that. And another thing is engaging in stressful conversations, whether it's a friend, a partner, a family member. I don't know, like lately I'm trying to be more clear with boundaries and just saying, like, I don't want to have intense conversations before bed, because for me, it will keep me up late, for one, and then I notice I will just like wake up repeatedly during the night thinking about it, and I won't actually get into like a good REM cycle. So sometimes that is a big part of an acne journey. I notice most of my clients can kind of pinpoint a stressful life event around the time they notice breaking out more. And with stress, of course, it's something we're never going to completely eliminate, and a little bit of stress is healthy. But if you can try to cut out the unnecessary stress, honestly, even people that are toxic and not good for your well-being, or just limiting the interactions you have with them and trying to make sure you're not really like getting into that stuff during a time you need for yourself, I think that's honestly kind of key. I'm on 2 nights of bad sleep and like going to bed at 1 a.m. on weeknights, which is just no good because I wake up around 6:30. And I can do that for a night or so, but I think like 2 or 3 nights in a deficit like that really catches up with me. For my base, I'm going to use the Colorescience Flex. This is a big hit with my clients. I will link all of these products below. I actually have a storefront that you can shop on for professional skincare, acne-safe makeup, hair care, all the goodies, and it does help to support me in my small business. So always just appreciate your guys' support. Really helps me to make time for content outside of clients. That's something that's just a balancing act for sure, but it's just a goal of mine to stick with the content creation. I know I'm happiest when I'm making content. It's like a creative outlet for me. I love connecting with people. I think community is so huge. Like, I don't even think we realize how important community is. And I think social media can get a bad rap, and, you know, there for sure can be haters and negative things about it, but honestly, for the most part, it's a huge support system for me. Like, I truly think of going on Instagram, posting on YouTube as like connecting with friends and kind of an opportunity to share my expertise with people who value what I'm saying, and that makes me feel really good. And I think it's good for my confidence, and it's just something I want to stick with. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. And I know a lot of you, like when I see your comments, your followers who have been with me since the beginning, like esthetician school. So I just appreciate that so much, and you guys staying subscribed. Flex is really nice because it has pigments in it that help to adapt to your skin tone. Colorescience is also a brand that does really thorough testing on acneic skin, and I just am such a believer in their products, and I think they were so ahead of the curve with SPF makeup and skincare as makeup. I really think that is the future of makeup. When I do the contour and the concealer first, I feel like it comes out a bit more subtle than if I were to do a contour on top of the SPF makeup. Tell me if you guys have tried that hack. It's from Mary Phillips, but I've kind of been obsessed with it. I think especially for a fair skin tone, it's really nice to just look a little bit more subtle. I'm gonna move on to brows and then do blush last, just because I feel like it can kind of fade. For my brows, I have been going back to this Anastasia, what's it called? Dip Brow Pomade. I just think there's nothing like it and really like the definition it gives me. And I will say, you'll notice, like, with my face products, I am very particular, and I really only use professional skincare brand makeup products for my face. When it comes to brows and lips, generally I'm more forgiving with these areas, but I will say I have a lot of acneic clients that break out incredibly easy around their lips and even their brows. So I think that's where everyone can be a little bit different. I don't think I've ever had a lip breakout, or maybe once I've had like a pimple in my eyebrow, but it's really not my area of concern. So for me, this is where I kind of have more fun with makeup. I will try things from Sephora, but I don't mess with the base, like blush, bronzer, concealer, foundation, tinted sunscreen, those kind of things. That's where I recommend most of us be very picky, especially with bronzer. There are a lot of red dyes that can break people out. Primers, glowy things like highlighters, those can be packed with problematic oils. And I know for me, with my acne journey, makeup was a huge issue for me. There's something called acne cosmetica, which tends to be caused by products and makeup. And I had started YouTube around the time my skin started breaking out. I was trying to be a makeup YouTuber, and yeah, I was using all kinds of like glowy makeup. I was really into like cream products, cream highlighter, that kind of thing. I'm going in with the shade Pink Sky. This is from Colorescience. I also have this. I have all the Colorescience goodies on my professional shop. If you haven't tried this brand, I really think it's worth a go. I love the color payoff of these blushes. I think they're so fun, and you can get a little 3-pack with some of their best colors. And what's nice about this is we can get a lot of sun on the cheekbones and the high points of the face, so it is nice to have a little extra SPF there. Anyway, yeah, I was just like really loading on the primers, glowy types of products. I was just like, I want to glow to the gods, give me all the illuminating, highlighting, blinding things. I think makeup was also, it was like quite the era, that YouTube era of makeup. Jaclyn Hill, I was obsessed with. And I think the makeup was more is more, like more in your face, that kind of style, before we kind of found like the clean girl aesthetic, which I think is more me. But this cheek area was really my problem area. That was the first area I started to break out, and it was a lot of stubborn, tiny closed comedones, which, if you know anything about acne, you know those non-inflamed closed comedones are the most stubborn form of acne to treat. They require more aggressive exfoliation and treatment. They require more time to treat. So I just think it's really not worth it to use certain blushes, bronzers, primers, highlighters, foundations, especially if you are prone to acne. When it comes to eyeshadows, I just really haven't found anything that is quite comparable to MAC eyeshadows. I would love for a mineral makeup brand to dupe them, but it hasn't been duped in my opinion. I'm using Wedge in my crease, which is a shade I've been using since college, and to me it is the perfect crease shade. I like to do a little bit for definition under my eye, and I'll just kind of wing it out. I just find it gives me the best definition. So easy to blend. I really like it with this shade Naked Lunch. I've tried using bronzer in the crease, and I know it works for a lot of people, but I just have not had success. So Wedge it is. Comment below what like that one, maybe it's like a toxic brand or something that you know is not the best for your skin, but you just cannot sacrifice. I know we all have one. This is the Merit eyeshadow brush. I know sometimes I get questions on brushes, and little acne tip that no one's gonna want to hear. I do think you need to wash your brushes after every use because we do pick up dead skin cells, oil, bacteria after every use. And is it insane? Yes. Does it only take a couple of minutes? Yes. And does it make a huge difference in the skin? I think yes, for an acne prone person. I just curled my lashes, and I am going to kind of tight line using this chunky stick from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called the Color Chameleon in the shade Dark Purple. It's kind of a lavender shade, and it's for brown eyes, but I have blue eyes, and it still works out okay. Okay, I definitely need a smaller mirror. I think this makes all the difference in how your mascara looks, thickness of lashes, obsessed. Shout out to the Melanin Method on TikTok and Instagram. She showed me this hack, and it has honestly changed my life. I take a smaller mirror to kind of look up when I apply my mascara. For some reason, this prevents it from getting all over the lid. And that, I think, is just like my constant battle and why I don't wear mascara sometimes, because I'm so messy with it and it gets all over my eyelid. I've been loving brown mascara. I think that looks so good on honestly every skin tone. This is from Dior. Dior is my other, like, never gonna give this up, conventional mascara brand that I just think is so underrated. And I think brown can really complement the tones in our iris, which we all kind of have some different tones in there. I think it's just so much more flattering than black, and I think especially for me with the fair skin, it just is a lot less harsh and kind of opens the eye. And I like to finish with the lips, and I recommend doing this every day, but I just take like a corner of my robe, or you can take a washcloth, get it damp, and then you're gonna rub vigorously on your lips. This helps to bring fresh, new skin cells to the surface, exfoliate the lips, get off any makeup residue. I do this last, and then I'm gonna take my lip treatment. This is my lip slip. Honestly, could not live without, could not make it through fall, winter without. It's simply the best. I've had so many of you say, like, why hasn't there been a lip serum on the market before? And there have been, and I've tried them, but I just don't think anything comes close. This product feels so elegant on the lips. It really helps to support the contour, fullness, provides peptides and nourishment that we need to really plump up this delicate tissue. And this is from my brand Free Skin by Tessa. I was noticing with a lot of my acne clients, they would suffer with a lot of dryness around the lips and the mouth, and that can definitely happen while you are using active ingredients like benzoyl peroxide. So I just recommend treating the area, paying extra attention to it, because the lips are such a delicate tissue and they deserve some love too. I'm just gonna line my lips as my last step. This is the Lip Cheat in Super Size Me from Charlotte Tilbury. Again, I don't break out around the lips, but if so, I do suggest doing a little evaluation of what are you using in the area. Toothpaste is usually the most common culprit for lip breakout. Most of the brands out there are not acne safe. There can be fluoride, SLS, or coconut oil in toothpaste, and those are problematic for acne prone skin. So really the only toothpaste I have found that's acne safe is the Boca toothpaste. Maybe there's others out there, but I found even like Tom's, definitely Crest, Sensodyne.